Okay, today we're going to do constructions day 2. So I need you to find your day 2 packet, and we're going to open it up to the first page. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to use construction to see what we can do with creating a triangle using these 3 segments. So it's the SSS. First and foremost, make sure you have your sharpened pencil as well as your compass. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line segment, and I'll label this point A. And then I will start with this segment, and what I think is best, and I should have said this at the beginning, I think what's best is if don't do exactly what I'm doing right now, watch it, and then you'll pause the video and try it yourself. Okay, so first let's put the center of the circle of the compass on point A, and we're going to adjust the compass so that it's the length of that first segment. So I think I have it there, and when I draw the line it goes through the point, so we're good to go. So now I come down here and I'll draw the same little arc right there, and we'll label that point B. So that's the length of that first segment. Now for the second segment, I'll label this point A as well, because I'm going to make a triangle, and I will adjust my compass so that it's the same length as that segment. So make sure you pay attention. Are you using the inside hole of your compass or the outside hole? And since that's point A, I'll come over here, and what I'm going to do, put the center of the compass on point A, and then I'm just going to make an arc. And if I were to put any point on this arc and draw a line segment to point A, it would be the same length as that segment. This will be C. To figure out though where that point C is, I have to deal with this segment. So I'll make this point B, and I'm going to figure out how long this longest segment is by adjusting my compass. Put the other end point. I usually use the inside hole, but it really doesn't matter, whichever one you feel comfortable with. I can check to make sure that I'm on that point, and I am. So since this was point B, I'll put my compass, the center of it, on B, and I'll use that arc, and right here will be C. Because if I draw a line from A to C, this is congruent to this segment. And then if I draw a line from B to C, this is congruent to the longer segment over here. I should put a C right there. And then AB is congruent to this first segment we used. So that is your triangle. I can outline it in red. And then what I would like you to do is pause the video right now, and I want you to try it on your own and see how it goes. Okay, so I hope that your triangle looks very similar to mine and that your segments are congruent to the 3 segments up here, the 3 sides of your triangle for SSS. Now we're going to construct a triangle using SAS. So we have our angle measurement here, and we have our 2 side lengths here. First thing I'm going to do is draw a line, or segment, so that we have the side, one of the sides of our triangle, and you know what? We'll draw it pretty long because that looks like a long segment there. Okay, so to construct the same angle, we're going to put the center of the compass on the vertex of that angle. I'm going to bring the first hole down so that when I draw an arc, it goes through both rays of that angle. And let's label this point A, and I'll put point A right here. Oops, now you can see it. So then I'm going to put the compass, the center of it, on point A, and I'm going to make that same arc. Again, make sure you pay attention. Are you using the inside hole or the outside hole? Now, to make the exact angle measurement, I'm going to put the compass on the intersection of this arc and this ray, and you should be just watching right now. You'll copy me or try to duplicate it once I'm done. So I line up my compass so that it goes through the arc and the ray of the other side of that angle. Do the same thing down here. We'll put the compass on this intersection. And I didn't adjust the length here, so when I draw that, that intersection will allow me to connect to the vertex of the angle, and I can make congruent angles. So this measurement right here is congruent to this measurement. Well, I need my side lengths. So if you're dealing with SAS, the angles that are congruent, that will be in the middle of the two sides. So now I just need to figure out this length and add them to my triangle. So I'll use the longer one first. I'll put the center of the compass there. We'll measure how long this segment is. So I'm going through that point. That's lovely. This will be point A. And so then I'll mark it here on this segment, and that is one side of my triangle. This will also be point A. And let me adjust the compass so that it lines up with the length of that segment. And we'll start with point A again, and I'll make a mark right here. Now, my original segment isn't long enough, no big deal. I'll just extend that. And that is going to be, we can say point C. Connect C and B. And that's your third side for the triangle. So I'll just outline it in red. That's this segment is congruent to that segment. The bottom segment is congruent to this segment, and then this angle is congruent to that angle. So we have side, angle, side. Go ahead and pause the video and construct your triangle using SAS. Okay, the last triangle we're going to construct is going to be ASA. So we have two angle measurements, and this side length needs to be in between these two angle measurements for ASA. So first, I do have to extend these sides. I'm going to just move the paper so I can do that, because our compass isn't able to work with the angle the rays are that short. Okay. So it's the same angle measurement, just extended the rays. I'm going to put the center of the compass on the vertex of this first angle. Bring down my compass so that when I draw an arc, it goes through both rays. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a line segment down here. I can label this point A. That'll be vertex A of that angle. Put the compass on point A, and using the same arc measurement we used up here, draw an arc down here. Now to make sure we get the same angle measurement, I now need to put the middle of the circle of the compass on this intersection. And then I'm going to figure out the length to this intersection. So I'll put that in the first hole of my compass. So I'm using the one that's closer to the center of the circle. So over here, we use this intersection, and I make that arc, which was the same measurement up there, and you can always check it again if I go up here and I make that arc. Oops. There we go. You'll see that it goes through right there. So then where that intersects and point A, draw a straight segment going up, and this angle measurement is the same as this angle measurement. All right, well, that's one angle. Next, let's make sure that this side is the same length as this segment. So this is going to be point A. Put the center of the compass here, extend it so you have the length of that segment. And then I come down here, put the center of my circle there, mark the segment length, and we can label this as B. So now this side, I'll make 3 tick marks, is congruent to that segment. And finally, I need to make an angle going this way, and I'm going to use this angle. So we'll make this point B for the vertex. I'm going to lower this and make an arc going through the 2 rays. I may need to extend this ray. Okay, so using that same arc measurement, I'm going to come over here and you put it now on B, because B is the vertex for that one. So I'm going to make my arc, and it's getting to be very messy here, but that's okay. But I just need to know this is my angle B arc. So now I need to figure out, okay, how far away is this intersection from the other intersection? And that's the correct length. You can always check it. All 3 of them are crossing. So we started from here on this angle, that's this point. Okay, and I know it's very confusing because there's so much going on. Put it here, and then I had labeled this is the arc that we're using right now. So when I do this, I care about where this arc and the new arc cross. And that, when I draw it, is going to make my angle measurement the same angle measurement. Lovely. Now, this angle right here is congruent to this angle. And then if you erase some of this, it's not going to be perfect because there's a lot going on. But if you erase it and then highlight your triangle in a different color, like a marker, it'll stand out. And you'll see that this angle, angle A, is congruent to this angle A up here. This side length is congruent to segment AB, and this angle B is congruent to angle B there. All right. Pause the video, try it on your own. Okay, the last few problems. I'm going to do 3 of these together with you, and then you're going to do pause the video, try the 3 that I've done with you, but then you're also going to do another 4 problems on your own. So we need to construct angle measurements using these degrees, but I don't want you to measure them with the numbers on your compass. Nope. You are going to construct them using your compass, but you don't get to measure them. You can measure them in the end to check. Here we go. So I'm going to first draw a segment. And from that segment, if I have to make a 90-degree angle, I am going to construct the angle bisector, because if it's, or I'm sorry, the perpendicular bisector, because if it's perpendicular, it forms a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to put the center of the circle on this point, and we did this in class. You're going to extend your compass so that it's more than halfway, past the halfway mark. I don't want it to necessarily go past the end point of the segment, but it's got to be further than the end point, or the midpoint. So then let's make an arc up here. We'll make an arc below as well. So I have that. And now you're going to do the same thing, but put the center of the compass on the other end point of the segment. Make sure you're using the same hole, either the inside hole or the outside hole, but either one, use the same one both times. And now you have 2 intersections. And those 2 intersections will be the points used to make a segment that is the perpendicular bisector. So 90 degrees. And if you would like to, you can check it at this point. You can put the center of your circle here at the intersection, line it up with your 0, and hopefully you'll get 90 right there. All right. So this is my 90-degree angle. And if you want, you can always highlight that last finished product in a marker. Now, you're going to do 45 degrees on your own. 45 degrees is half of 90. So when you do this, you're going to construct your 90 degree, and I need to get half this angle. Well, using the angle bisector, which I did teach you, will allow you to get that answer. And if you're like, I don't remember the angle bisector, we're about to do it here. But I would like you to pause the video and construct the 90-degree angle on your own, then unpause, and we'll go to number 3. Okay, for number 3, again, we're going to draw a segment. We'll label this, well, I guess we don't need to label it at all. But 135 degrees, you might be like, I don't know how to do that. 135 degrees is 90 degrees plus 45 degrees. So I'm going to make a 90-degree angle and a 45-degree angle and then put the two of them together. So to make the 90, I'm going to make the perpendicular bisector again. So same thing that I just did. So I will just do it quickly. Don't know if that's, there we go. Do it on the other side. The two arcs. Find out where they intersect and draw a line connecting them. We now have a 90-degree angle over here. We also have a 90-degree angle over here. Okay, well, let's do this 90 degrees, and I need to bisect this angle so that I have two 45-degree angles. So the way you're going to do that is, we did this together as a class when I first taught you constructions. You're going to have an arc that goes through both sides of the 90-degree angle. You may have to extend your rays here, and that's okay. And then from there, we have these two intersections. So I'm going to put the center of the compass on this intersection, extend it out a little bit, and I'll make an arc right there. I'm then going to put the center of the compass on this intersection right there, make an arc, and that point, along with the vertex of this angle, will form the angle bisector, and I will get a 45-degree angle out of it. So this angle is congruent to this angle, and it's 45 degrees. So my 135-degree angle is this 45-degree angle along with this 90-degree angle. And there you go. On your own, you're going to make a 22.5-degree angle, and get creative. How would you do that? What is this half of? That's all I'm going to say. Right now, just pause the video and you'll do number 3, and then we're going to do one more problem together. Okay, for your last problem together, 60-degree and 30-degree are a little unique. So what you're going to do is for 60 degrees, we're going to make, and for both of them, you're going to make a circle. You have to get 2 circles, so don't get too large. But I'll make a circle right about that size. All right, so there's my circle using my compass. Now, when you drew your circle, from the center of the circle to the rim, that is the radius. If you were to start and go around the circumference of the circle, it's actually equivalent to 6 radii, all right? So like a hexagon, this is how you draw them. But we don't need to get to that just yet. That's part of the project we'll do in the end. But I'm just going to put a point on the circle, on the rim, and mark the same length as the radius. And then where this intersects, I'm going to put the compass there and draw another little arc. And where that has an intersection, I will continue to go around the circle, doing the same thing. And by the time I get to my 6th one, it should be exactly where we started. And hopefully, let's see. Lovely, there it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect all of these intersections just like we're cutting a pizza into triangle pieces. So from this side to that side, draw a line. From this intersection to that intersection. Oops. All right, draw a line. And last one, we'll take this. All right, so a circle is 360 degrees around. So if I have now made 6 equivalent pie pieces, this angle will be 360 divided by 6, which is 60 degrees. So this angle right here, along with the other 6 angles, are all 60-degree angles. So when you answer number 6, so you're going to duplicate this on your own, but when you go to number 6 and you have to make a 30-degree angle, how do you think you're going to do that? All right, well, I'll leave that up to you to figure out, and then you'll also answer number 7. Once you're done with this packet, so I expect you to have done all of the problems with the video, pausing it, and then you have 4 to do on your own. The 7, 6 on this page, and then, oops, on the other page, 2 and 4. All right. When you're complete, you upload them all to Google Classroom, and that concludes your constructions for day 2.